Why do I keep playing this game? The answer is I have no idea. But now I'm in it, and I have to finish it because it's upsetting me. I don't know. It's complicated. Chicken. I don't know. Welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator with Gun Bunny, G.u.n.n Bunny. Off we go. There, I got back to where I was. The stopping points are really odd, so I have to like fast forward and adjust where I'm going. So here we go. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, trademarked. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam. You okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to settle on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe. Sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. And a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. I'm trying to think of what a pony would be. It's like shake and bake and extra crispy, right? If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show little interest anyhow. I didn't occur to me. I did have someone mention to me that if I had picked another option earlier, she would have ended up with Pop, which I thought was odd. And I'm like, ugh, I'm glad I picked the robot. It's so much better. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. Aww. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea on how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early and practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. It's actually quite nice. I would love to cook in a kitchen that looked like this. I took some cooking school. I promise you, it doesn't look this nice. Well, maybe some do. But most of the time, they're quite a bit rougher. They see a lot of students. And a chance to beat the pants off Van Van and supposed madman and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Gun Bunny's famous chicken pot pie. I'll be honest, in real life, I make a pretty good chicken pot pie. Can't make crust, though. It's too much like baking. Can't do it. Need help. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. I love the pedals. It's so bad. Gun Bunny, what are you doing here? There's still some time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my situation and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? It's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it. There's no sound at all. Oh, fess up about your practice dish. I don't want to burn it. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell pot pie from 400 yards. That's quite the accomplishment. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know what? Not a truer thing has been said. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Okay, in fairness, anyone who's ever smelled pot pie, you know it's a pot pie just from the smell. It smells like pie and meat. And if you can discern chicken, what else do you think they're making? I don't know, there could be several other dishes that fit those needs that I've just never seen. But I've tried a lot of different cuisine and have not personally seen anything. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no. Is it burning? Ha! No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. And salt. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking. See, my brain just read it and then questioned it. And I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dish that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Well, yeah, because they've sacrificed Pop. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients to itty-bitty pots of broth. Best friend Pastor Blaster. Oh, I was scared to say that. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Moony. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets into it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Oh god, it's the AI argument. Give it up, people. We're just not that interesting. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out, and she's going to use some dark magic to turn the tide. You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? You know I'm going to do it, right? Cast a spell. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. I know this is wrong. I just don't want to play this game this clean. It's a summoning spell that will conjure a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. You have summoned me. The Brum cooking arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place in my old life. In your old life? I wasn't always the monster you see before me. No, once I was but a student like yourself who attended this school. Aww. Spork monster noticed the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things aren't going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell on myself to imbue my body with powers, my favorite foods. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The spork monster's smile curls up mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just then, Just tell me who is giving you trouble, and we'll take very good care of them. You motion to Ashley, and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the area, far from her station. Okay, gotta go. Bye. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately whacked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out her life. To live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet... You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet... It seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. Oh, fine. I'm going to try to save her, but I want to do nothing, and Ashley remains a chicken. You turn to the next page and cast a reversal spell. Chicken Ashley immediately transforms back into herself. It was fun for a bit. Bok. She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements, but otherwise appears to be all right. Ahem. Is it just me, or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? Right then, you realize that Colonel Sanders witnessed your entire sabotage. He is not impressed. Your heart sinks as you think of how much you might have disappointed him and ruined your chances of any kind of future together. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Oh, wow. Choices. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself, and you give up and drop out of culinary school. Okay, we're dramatic. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. I had a minor attack of evil. Fine. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have even been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, Gun Bunny, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and it can't be served. But don't worry, dear Gun Bunny. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches, and you're only slightly evil. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. And you managed to make mac and cheese. Time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Oh, what a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging from hanging on a broom hook in the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Oh, it's been a long time since I said that word. I don't know if anybody's ancient enough to remember a commercial where a girl would just come up and in a very monotone voice say onomatopoeia and spell it, but it is ingrained in my mind, and it's the only reason that one, I can spell that word dead on, and two, I knew what it was when I was like 6 years old. So there you go. I can't remember what that commercial was for. No, weird thinking. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Wow, it is so tiny. My word, it's so delicious. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki? I think I'm saying that right. I spy afloat its itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured, probably with the bowl. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Gum Bunny, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. What does axe-hewn mean? To the internet. Okay, I didn't find anything under axe-hewn because it's actually the nature in which you do something. So it's hewing. In woodworking, hewing is the process of converting a log from its rounded, natural form into lumber or timber, or more or less flat surfaces using primarily an axe. It's an ancient method, and before the advent of industrial era type sawmills, it was the standard way of squaring up wooden beams for timber farming. So hewing, prepping a log, scoring, etc., etc. By the way, guys, I love Wikipedia, and I will say this every time we use it especially. Please make donations to Wikipedia. Makes us all smarter. See? Now we know what hewing is. So I want to think that Van Van used a real axe. Hand me my kitchen axe. That's all I can think in my mind. All right, an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. Bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrrah. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back in his tongue and poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the stings. I can't eat this. It kept poking my tongue. This qualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? I love uni. Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night, but it is really hard to take out of the urchin itself. I've only ever done it once, and I had a lot of supervision. Disqualified for glamour. Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last time you've heard of me. That's why I say my name twice. I am Van Van, the Man-Man. Before facing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps at a bowl of milk. I know, I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossoms Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. It's pretty intense. Just the sugar work. Turkish delight is not that hard to make. I just don't like rosewater. Also interesting statistic. Statistic. Also interesting statistic. More men by quite a lot like Turkish delight over women. It is a primarily masculine consumed dessert, and the male palate is more inclined to like rosewater than women are, which is why nowadays it has not phased out rosewater in perfumers because men identify with that much better than women do. Strange, right? I don't know what it is. Boys like roses. They just subconsciously don't know. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, this is quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile, meant to be meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Gun Bunny? I told you, it's a display piece. Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And I did an extremely good job of cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having to have an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. Uh-huh. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know a high-end cuisine if you cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching it myself. I'll be teaching myself. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, that doesn't make sense. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. I have never had fried chicken in mac and cheese. That is a weird combination. Is this a thing? Is this a KFC menu item I've never seen? It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the glass. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass, and you get a car. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. And there were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school graduation dance. There's 6 of us. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Ow! You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach a dog an old dog new tricks? Given how old turntables are, I don't know. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. It was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refers to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking to Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. You know, she's gonna do great. Just no more transporting mysterious packages, please. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Yeah. Ooh, now I get it. And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Oh, God. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. Why, because I would have gone to space with the cooking unit? I am conflicted and a little offended. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Wow. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. No longer will rose petals be thrown at my son's feet. Get that reference. Howdy, classmates. Wow, he's so casual. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. It's interesting, just commenting on this, that he has a red pen in his pocket, so he's here for grading, not for writing. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of the chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. I don't see mac and cheese here. Throwing it out there. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting in the edge of the dance floor. Gun buddy, what are you doing sitting here all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. This is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Gun Bunny. Oh, sweet. Work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stopped dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? This is terrible. I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear gun buddy, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. It's like a chicken related prenup. I love you, but don't touch my money. The end. Oh my god. Oh, oh, it's so bad. Wow. What an ending. Oh my god. What an ending. I'm left with only one question. Be right back. All right, that's my question. The new mac and cheese bowl. I've never seen this. I have a terrifying allergy of artificial cheese, so I don't eat artificial cheese in the outside world because although some of it is safe, most of it is horribly poisoned and it's like stomach pumping good times. So I don't touch it. But because of many reasons, I never saw this. So there you go. This picture is 4-ish years since it was uploaded. So I don't know when this was the thing. There's the mac and cheese bowl combo. Wow. Wow. That was the most unromantic ending ever. And I'm sure it's probably because I turned her into a chicken, but you know what? I can learn to live without a man who doesn't want to share his chicken empire with me. Plus, he'd be a terrible pain. Can you imagine? Oh, God, the vanity. Thank you so much for joining me for the final installment of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator with Gun Bunny, G.u.n.n. Bunny. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm sorry I died for Christmas. I just recently found out I'm going to have to move very abruptly. So I intend to kind of install a service announcement because most people don't watch these. But those of you who do watch Colonel Sanders now know where I've been. I will be moving over the next 2 months, but it made me get a little bit more exciting. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.